What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in and welcome back to the Crypto Remora. My name is Wes and I am with, as always, Siri Crypto. What's up, Siri?
What's going on?
Man, we are doing good, brother. Guys, today we have a jam-packed episode for you guys. We're going to be going over the Bitcoin price chart. We had a little bit of action lately. CPI data came in. Didn't really affect the markets. I think it was already priced in. We're going to be going over Factor Dao, something that we've been very interested in and that's been making a lot of headway lately. Siri's going to talk about Perpy Finance. He's been on there playing around with that. And also, guys, we're going to be checking our positions on Camelot Dex. And we got some pretty surprising news for you guys. And don't forget, today is the day we are starting our small age NFT giveaway, the Neandersmols, and the bones that we're going to be giving away. So, and also talking about phase 2 of that project. So, yeah, if that sounds good to you guys, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get to it. Siri, what's up, man?
All right, so what are you doing flying these balloons overhead, man? Is that you doing all this?
It wasn't me, but I think we have an idea of who it was. Dude, you actually witnessed the shoot down, right? Right over here on the East Coast.
So that's the story would be a lot cooler if that was the truth. I heard and felt the boom. I missed it by 2 seconds because I was trying to get my foot out of the car and my shoelace wrapped around my emergency brake, and I was so mad because my friend's like, "Come on, man, it's about to shoot." You know, it's like,
yeah.
I'm like, oh man, I got stuck, so I missed it by 2 seconds of being able to physically see it with my own eyes. Of course, everyone else saw it and was like, "Oh wow!" But I was still standing up, and I heard boom, and I felt it in my chest. It was literally, it looked like it was right above my head. I was on 78th Avenue North at the time, and I was very close to it, and very, very, very scary with the noise. The noise is what made me jump. So,
dude, it's crazy because
it was close enough to make my chest vibrate and actually scare me. It made me flinch, and I was like, "Oh, what the heck was that?"
Well, dude, it's crazy because we're right here on the East Coast, and everybody was talking about it. It was like such a huge deal out here. And I was actually at work, and everybody came inside, and they're like, "Dude, it's crazy, man. Those jets are just like flying around that balloon." And I'm like, "What are you talking about, dude?"
Yeah, I got pictures of that. The jets were flying around, and dude, I swear, because I was near the coast, right near the coast, so I saw the jets. And I have pictures on my cell phone you could see of the jets doing the big circles. And I wondered, they flew 2 full circles all the way around. And I counted that too. I was counting, standing there watching them. And then they took off. And I said, okay, they just circled it like they're circling a target. Like something's going down.
Something's about to happen, yeah.
So we knew that, and that's when we tried to get a little bit closer to it. And of course, trying to get a little bit closer, and then I got my shoelace stuck, so I wasn't able to see it. But I heard it, and I saw it up until right before, and I saw right after. I saw the stuff glittering, falling down in the sky. I saw that with my own eyes.
Dude, I wanted to witness it so bad. Like,
yeah, that was crazy.
I was at work, and everybody comes in and like, dude, like they're about to shoot the jet or the balloon down, and I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? And I go outside, and I got video of it too. I shared it in the group chat. And it was wild, man. And of course,
I mean, that was miles away from where we were at. So literally a couple of miles. So it's like, that thing was huge, and it looked like it was right over top of everybody's head. Like I was talking to somebody in Socastee, and they said it looked just as close as in North Myrtle, and it's like, so the thing was huge. There's
Insane,
no doubt
man.
about that.
Definitely insane. I posted a video in a group chat, and it was pretty wild to see. I missed the shoot down, so that's pretty cool. You got to see that. Quick question before we move on. Like, I was in the Shred and Lambo. Actually, we were both in there, and they were talking about this whole UFO and ghost thing. Do you believe in UFOs? Like, is that something you are interested in and believe in?
I mean, look, if you say, do you believe in them, unidentified flying object? Yeah, I believe in that, because a plane could go by. You say, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a UFO because I didn't identify it.
Right.
So, first you have to say, are you talking about, do I really believe that little green men are flying these spaceships up in the air?
That's what I'm saying. If you want to get down to it, that's what I'm asking.
I don't.
Dude.
I don't believe in that.
You don't,
but,
dude?
I base it off of different things, but I don't believe in that. But if you say, do you believe in angels and demons? Yeah, I do believe in that. Do I believe that there could potentially be some demonic activity going on, or paranormal kind of stuff? I have an easier time believing that than these guys. Look, the whole alien thing is stupid because they're not going to waste their time on us if they're not going to fly around. You know what I'm saying? It's like us going and fly into some crazy distant land, and then we're just going to go and screw around with that civilization. And it just doesn't make sense. The whole narrative to me never made sense to me.
Well, before we move on, I do want to say that it doesn't make sense to me either. I do personally believe in there's life forms and other planetary systems, but with how this went down. Like, for us to be able to shoot down an advanced civilization that has been able to travel to another planetary system, and we were able to shoot it down, and I'm talking about the event that happened the day after the balloon thing. I think that's what we're both kind of talking about, but that doesn't make any sense. If anything, that was like a little toy drone for them, and I heard the argument on that earlier today. On another podcast, and it makes sense. I mean, dude, we can barely make it to the moon. Like, we haven't even been to Mars yet.
You know what this is going to be? That's going to be another episode for us for Rumble.
Dude.
That's what that's going to be. That's going to be a discussion. Maybe we get the Shred.
I could probably
Lambo. Listen, because we were talking about getting Shred and Lambo doing the Rumble.
Right.
Maybe we should just come on there and talk about aliens, UFOs, and NFTs, dude.
We should. That would be an awesome episode. So, but anyways, let's move on, guys. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin price chart.
Do we have to? Do we have to look? No.
I guess so, man.
We're at 22-ish, man. I'm happy as long as they're, let the whales keep holding it right about there.
Yeah.
That's fine. Still in that 18 to 24K range.
Yeah.
6-month range. I called that a little while ago. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I did call that.
You did. Yep.
I said 18 to 24 for 6 months is what I said. I said we could do that. I didn't say I wanted that to happen, but it looks like it's happening.
Yeah. We've been in this falling wedge. If you excuse me, if you zoom out and kind of look at the the higher time frames, we've been in this falling wedge.
The 1 month chart, where are you at?
Yeah, I'm on the daily zooming out. Okay. So if you zoom out on the daily, and you can see this huge falling wedge that we've kind of been putting in, and I wouldn't say we broke out from it. We just kind of went through, we fulfilled the falling wedge and just kind of went sideways out of it. But after we kind of fell out of it, we did have that, I guess you should say massive pump. I think it was a very needed recovery pump after, going down so much, about 78%. And we regained about 50%, and now we're sitting at about a 30% from that low. And about 65% from the all-time high. And I think it was just a simple recovery coming out of the bear market. I can see us definitely kind of ranging at these price levels for a couple of months, man. I think it's going to be boring sideways action, like I've said before. But if we can get above the, 26, 28 to, 34, 33 kind of level right there, I think... we're looking at 42 next, for the next, major resistance.
It's funny you said 42 because I'm looking at it as a massive support, resistance. You know, we're
Yeah.
flirting around between 20 and 22. Is
Yeah.
it support? Is it resistance? Is it support? Is it resistance? But really, if you zoom out 10-year kind of time frame, 10, 20-year time frame, and you look at this, you're going to look at this and say,
Yeah.
this is building support at 20,000. That's basically what we're doing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We're at 22. We're at 18. But in the longer term, this is just building a massive floor at 20K.
Yeah.
To where, I'm sorry, if you missed getting Bitcoin at 10K or under 10K, those days are gone, and that's kind of sad because I've only been in crypto 3 years.
Yeah.
And I feel like an old man almost. It's like it moves so fast. This space moves so fast.
It does.
That you're on the cutting edge of technology. You're
Yeah.
literally like on the forefront of tech.
Yeah.
And I like that because I always was into tech. So this is definitely the
Yeah.
I found my home in crypto because of that. I love the tech stuff.
No,
too.
for sure. How much weight do you put on these CME gaps? I know we have a gap at the 19.5
they're trading
level.
them. Yeah, they're trading them.
Do you think we're gonna fill that? You think we're gonna fill that gap?
Well, hit that, but if the market makers want to wait till 5 more months of boring everybody,
Yeah.
maybe they could get a couple of trades in between 22 and 19.6. I mean, really, that range is getting so overplayed that these bots even are probably getting bored. The bots that are trading Bitcoin right now are probably just like, all right, dude, like, are we gonna do something else? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's just so tight. Like, I was watching the chain. I remember I used to watch Bitcoin on Robinhood, and it would shoot up like $1,000, and
Yeah.
then down like 2,200. Then it would go up like $600, then down $3,000. It was so nuts in the beginning, and now you could literally sit there and watch it, and it's like, $22,050.00.
Yeah.
And it'll stay there, like, and just stay on that exact amount, and then it'll go up like $1. The amount of tightness that Bitcoin has been trading at for the last couple of months, I've never seen it do that ever.
Yeah.
In the last 3 years I've been in crypto, so that's something I don't think people really. The longer you're in crypto, you start seeing the patterns of how things move.
Yeah.
And just watching the way it's so locked in, to me, it reminds me that there's bots trading.
Yeah.
Everything screams that we're literally, if you're trying to trade, you're trading against bots.
Yeah, especially right now, man, when we're sitting, like you said, there's such a tight range where we're sitting at and just kind of bouncing around. Like there's really not that much price, action.
Yeah, there's nowhere else to
The swings
go.
aren't that much, and and a lot of people are talking about this weekly death cross that we got. Yeah, as you guys know, we crossed over that 200 daily, and we couldn't get above the 200 weekly, and then finally we put in a death cross. It was the first time Bitcoin ever produced a weekly death cross. But these things are lagging indicators, and when you kind of add in the macro environment and everything that we're going through right now with, so much has happened that you have to factor in and just kind of do your own analysis on why, the price is swinging the way it is. So like I said, how do you feel about that death cross, man? Does that kind of weigh heavy on you, like when you're doing price analysis or anything?
The death cross for me is the ultimate buy zone.
Right,
Because
right.
It's a lagging indicator.
Yep.
You got that last little bit of FUD coming from everybody.
Yeah.
And so it's a lagging indicator, which means
No.
it's the events have already happened. You're just seeing reflected in the chart. So
Yeah.
for me, that's your ultimate buy zone. Like, yeah, could we drop 50 more percent? Yes, we're in crypto. Hello.
Yeah.
But is it a buy zone? Yes, it is,
Right.
because the mere fact of what it's called a death cross, which means everybody's going to panic, which means if everyone's going to panic, you shouldn't be panicking. You should be buying.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be selling.
Yeah.
So yeah, I use it as I use it as a buy or a definite buy signal.
Yeah. And especially with everything going on, Inflation's been dropping. Like I said, the macro environment really plays a huge part in how the market moves. And, CPI, they were expecting, I guess, 6.2 to come in. We got 6.4, but last month was 6.5. So we're actually dropping in the CPI data. So that's still a positive. So I do feel like, you have to kind of take all these factors in when you're looking at the price chart and trying to make your next move.
All right, so speaking of the tech, Factor Dao, man, let's talk about some Factor Dao here.
Yeah, let's talk about Factor Dao, man. Look, Factor Dao has been making a lot of huge waves in the Arbitrum ecosystem lately. Before I kind of get into that, I would like to, for the people that don't really know what an index fund is, it's basically a type of mutual fund or an exchange traded fund, an ETF. I'm sure you guys have heard that before, but it tracks the performance of a specific market index, such as the S&P 500, for example. But it kind of provides investors with an easy way to track performance of multiple assets without having to manage each individual asset. So, and historically, because these index funds don't really rely on an active management model, they typically, they bring in good returns, but they're very conservative. And that's what I'm talking about, traditional finance. Factor Dao, they're basically going to be doing the same concept, except they're going to be using blockchain technology and everything's going to be recorded on chain. So what they're building is a foundation for, DeFi asset management platforms. And it's mostly aimed at like treasury and asset management teams, but also the everyday investor. And the cool thing about Factor Dao in this concept is that it's very familiar with traditional finance people and Wall Street people, and whether that's good or bad, I mean, you kind of have to make your own assessment on that. But I guess we'll see about that. But I do feel like this is kind of helping onboard new users into the cryptocurrency space. Especially from people that do come from the traditional finance, and any kind of way to help push that movement, I think is a positive. So basically how Factor Dao works is you come into Factor Dao as an asset manager, and you pick a basket of assets and different cryptocurrencies that you like and you feel good about, and people come in and that like those assets that you've chosen, and they create and provide liquidity for the TVL within that. And then they take their collateralized LP token and use it to hedge positions and generate return and gain yield within the Factor DAO ecosystem. And to me, that's incredible. I mean, think about it. I know Arbitrum is very minimal when it comes to fees, transaction fees, but when you get up to where you're looking at 10 cryptocurrencies within within Arbitrum that you like, and that's still 10 transactions right there. So what Factor DAO's doing is very breaking. They're on, they're leading this charge in the asset management and index, kind of the cryptocurrency index funds.
Yeah, it sounds like another, a perfect segue into Perpy. But yeah, this thing looks really good, man. As far as picking, like doing a hand designed mutual fund of Arbitrum projects. I mean, come on. I mean, so Factor DAO is definitely onto something major. This is a great thing for the Arbitrum ecosystem. Good call on Arbitrum's part.
Yeah,
because
it's not even out yet, dude.
Yeah, you're bridging the gap from Wall Street to crypto, and you got to make those guys comfortable too. I mean, these Wall Street guys are not, just because they're Wall Street don't mean they're tech savvy.
Yeah,
it's still very different. So I think what they're trying to do is Arbitrum is trying to say, hey, we're going to build something for you guys too.
Yeah, dude.
And I mean, but the difference is it's a level playing field, and the little Remora, like us, we get to swim with the bigger whales,
That's
and this
exactly
is exactly what we need.
Well, dude,
this is the kind of tools we need.
This is very familiar to them. You know, they're very familiarized with this model, and they understand, you know, these index funds and how this works. So as the asset manager and someone that creates these tokenized baskets, you kind of get to, you know, create your own strategy and set the performance fees and, you know, rebalance periodically, you know, to your kind of risk factor and what you like, you know, in the overall cryptocurrency market. But the public sale starts February 20th on Camelot Dex, and it ends on the 24th. So, you know, definitely take a look at it. It's something that has been getting a lot of hype lately. I think it's going to be a great project, man. And we actually, put in. I filled out the application for us to try to do the beta testing on Factor Dao. So, I don't know, maybe, you know, maybe we'll hear back from it. I don't know, but it does sound like a good project, man. I think it's going to be something really cool and something new and fresh. Yeah. So,
well, I see what they got on here. Factor vaults will not discriminate between different sectors. So whether you're an NFT head or a full-time farmer, there'll be a place for you.
Right. Yep.
So I see two coins that I'm bullish on, GMX and Vela Exchange. So I'm happy.
Yeah, dude.
Like, so all right. So let's swing into Perpy because we're running on time here. The Perpy is pretty cool, man. I said something to them. I made a complaint on Twitter, not formally to them or anything, but I did shoot my mouth a little bit about a complaint I had. Because I felt like the privacy options up front were a little too much, you know. I used the app first, and then it said, okay, if you want to link with your Twitter, and it had all these things listed, and I was like, you know, it's a little much, it's a little excessive. I wasn't trying to be rude towards Perpy. I was just trying to say, you know, privacy is nice a little bit if you're trying to deal with your finances. You don't want to just advertise everything, right?
Yeah, right.
So it was like all these options, and I made a comment about it, and 30 minutes later, they said something about they fixed the problem, Wes. Like they went.
Oh, I remember.
Twitter,
I remember seeing the.
They went to Twitter, fixed the problem, and then wrote me a personal message saying, "Sorry about that. You know, we've trimmed down our basic securities. You know, we've got our security still high, but we've made it to where it's less of these things." And it went from 8 things down to like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, that's a lot better. And I said, you know, thank you for listening to someone who wants to use your platform. You know, someone who's going to be a customer. I'm already a customer of Perpy. I already use them.
Yeah.
But now, you know, I just want to say thank you, really, because the way they handled that, if companies in Web 2 and companies in the real world handled their problems like that or handled their customers like that, I think they would get a little bit further.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to this thing. You know, I'm not doing real great on the trade I have open, but that's not their fault. You know, I opened a long.
Right.
And it's not doing great, but I could be wrong. It could be doing better now. I don't think I got liquidated yet.
Now is this
my target?
Is this mainly a copy trade platform, or is this for like an everyday trader?
Yeah, you can trade yourself and create your own vaults and have other people follow you.
Okay.
Or you can follow other people, or you could do both. I'm actually doing both.
You go in, you set up your trades, and then other people kind of copy trade you as you copy trade other people, or?
Yeah. So I'm still trying to get a hand on the overall flow of the interface. It's very simple, which I like. You know, that's one of my critiques on anything. I like stuff to be simple, but yeah. So basically, you create the vaults. Like I have a Bitcoin vault and I have Ethereum vault.
Yeah.
And then I've got 2 trades, 2 copy trades. So, yeah, I haven't been liquidated out of the one I was in for $25 or so liquidation price. And they just added the trigger price and the stop loss. So now you can go in there and mess with that. I was having an issue on the stop loss with it, but I haven't retried it yet. But I'll tell you what, man, the way they're getting this thing laid out.
Yeah, I see it. It's nice, man.
It's beautiful.
Very sleek. Yeah.
It's sleek, it's got good graphics, and it's easy to use. There's not too much stuff. So I'm really looking forward to see, I would like to get this trade in the profit, but I'm still not liquidated until 14. Once Ethereum hits 1463, I get a liquidated, and it hit down at 14. We had a bounce down at like 1462.76. So I've already came very close. I'm surprised I didn't get wiped out there. They could have technically wiped me out on that candle.
No.
But I didn't get wiped out. So I'm just kind of playing around with it right now to see how that goes, how close I can get before I get liquidated. But I have a 5x long position right now. Okay. I still did not get wiped out with that move down, which is makes me feel pretty good because that means I called a good level there.
Yeah.
And so that's really what I'm using it for, is to hone in my trading skills a little bit, but also just to get the overall feel for this, because Wes, we've talked about doing this since we started this channel.
Yes, we have.
This was a major reason why we got into even doing this. The whole trader thing is, for me, it's more about fun.
Yeah.
And when I'm trading, I enjoy it so much. It's like, but that's kind of dangerous because you're not supposed to have that much fun.
Yeah.
You have to be serious, It's with your money. But for me, it's just it's just one of those things I do to blow off steam. I don't gamble with my overall portfolio. I don't use my whole portfolio strategy to do day trading. And I don't think anyone should do that unless you really study, you really know what you're doing. So, but yeah, playing around with little $20, $25 positions.
It can definitely do a lot for you, man, as we've found out lately. Real quick, before we move on from Perpy, I just realized that Fungi Alpha, they actually have a vault right here, man. That's awesome, dude. I'm surprised Prime Apes DAO doesn't have one in here yet.
Yeah. Let me go to Camelot too.
Yeah. That's what I was hoping we would lead into, man. Let's check Camelot out, man. What you got going on here?
So when we got in, if you remember, we got in with $10, $24, and $24. Mm-hmm. The first position was GMX at $10, and then the other two was GRAIL ETH and GRAIL USDC.
Yeah.
So we put in $10, 24, and 24. And the confession I have to make is I have technically took profits the other day because it was just going absolutely ballistic. So what I did was I closed one of the $24 original positions because that one position was worth over $67.
Yeah.
So what I did was I got rid of that position. So I took the initial $60. That was our whole investment. I pulled our investment out.
Yeah.
So now we have money still left in there, but even if it goes to zero, we're not losing any money. Like we're still in the money.
Right.
So in other words, the two positions that we have up there that are still up there are all free money. So the free money positions right now, the $10 one is worth around $14 now, and the other $24 position is now worth 90. It was at $96 the other day. So when you look at that as all free money, that's all profit money right there. So that's 96. What I say, 96 and 13, almost $100. Almost $100 we're up on $50. So yeah, it was a good call, man. We pulled the trigger. We got in early, and we took our initial investment out. So now we're just playing with free money. So the free money we're playing with at $14.21, $94.49. So we're in the money right now because we took the other two. Remember, we took the other two out. And then, by the way, when I took the $60 out from the original investment, I took 20 more bucks and reopened a GRAIL ETH position because Camelot was down that day. So when it was down a little bit, I said, let me put 20 more bucks back in. So that's what this other position is. But the original investment that is all profits is $94.14. So
Nice,
that's
man.
new money.
Nice.
So that's what, $100 right there we made. Plus we have gotten our money back minus $20, you might as well say. So yeah, I mean that's overall I'm thrilled with that trade. And then there was another one that I opened up called Relay. That's at $23. I opened that around $18. You can see that I have opened 4 or 5 more positions, and I went into Vela. We talked about Vela. That's
Yeah.
going to be on the next episode.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one on the next one.
But we're not going to spend a lot of time. Let's just show you the power of investing early and investing in good, solid projects, and this shows you the proofs in the pudding.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely,
we're over
man.
$100 profit with
Absolutely.
that. So that's a good trade, and we're not taking it out. We're leaving it in there. Let it keep growing. But let's go to Neandersmols. Let's do our 10K giveaway.
Well, real
plus
quick,
the Neandersmol.
real quick before we move on, since you mentioned it, I do want to say that Vela, this is just my opinion and no, not financial advice. Everything we say on here is just opinionated. But Vela definitely has the potential to kind of run like the GRAIL did, man. They're kind of doing the same setup and yeah, we look forward to talking about Vela. But anyway, let's move on.
That's going to be cool. So, yeah, we are doing the 10K giveaway. You got to follow Cheddar Bob.
Yep.
He's one of the biggest community members over on Arbitrum. He is one of our favorites, personally. And, so Cheddar Bob donated 10,000 bones.
Ooga.
And bones are the currency of the game, Neandersmol's game, small age. And I've got mine already in there staking. I guess what they end up being in college after a certain amount of time or something.
Yeah, they gain common sense. Yep.
In school. So mine's been in there a while, and it's doing good. I think I restaked the bones that I had in there.
Yeah. So basically, our good friend Cheddar Bob gifted us the 10,000 bones. We're going to be giving that away. Small Age NFT. They we're going to do a little collaboration with these guys. They're going to be gifting us a Neandersmol, and so we're going to be doing the giveaway. It's going to kick off tomorrow. We're going to do a quick video and a tweet and start the giveaway tomorrow. It's going to last a week, and then we will announce the winner next week. It's going to be pretty simple, easy giveaway. We're it's going to make it quick and simple. But Small Age, they're doing a lot of great things. We have phase 2 coming out that we're going to talk about on another video. But it's basically, just to kind of summarize it, Small Age is going to be like the modern day, or it's going to tell the story of the modern day Smolverse and how they came to be and how the Smolverse kind of developed over time. But really cool game. They're doing a lot of great stuff over there. Those guys are working hard, and I'm excited to see the outcome of this.
These things are on fire sale right now, too, Wes.
Dude.
They're only 15 magic right now.
I know, man. I know. It's hard for me. I'm sitting on my hands trying not to buy these things.
I know.
Dude.
I'm gonna scoop. I'm gonna have to scoop another one of these because anytime you see a character in a game on Magic and it's under 30 Magic, I mean, come on.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good price right now, and I feel like this is what they've done because people like me were like, man, I want a small. But we got in a little late. So I think they realized that people love these things so much that they had to do another kind of generation of them.
And it's kind of the same concept too, man. Like you're going to have pets. It's going to be the T-Rex or the saber-toothed tiger or, the wolf. And you're going to have skill sets that you're going to develop. Like we were saying earlier, you're going to have the common sense points and the bones that you can use to develop those common senses. And really cool, man. I can't wait to release phase 2 and kind of go over the game structure of phase 2. Really, really cool stuff, man.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome,
Yeah.
man. I think that's going to pretty much wrap it up for today's episode, huh? You got anything else you want to add?
Nah, I think that's it, man. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and show us some love. We'll show it right back. And, we just appreciate you giving us your time. Sierra. Have a good night, sir.
You guys have a good one. Take it easy. Stay safe out there. Don't panic sell your crypto, as Jordan Cameron would say. Do not panic sell your crypto.
Do not panic sell.
All right.
We're here, guys. Have a good night. Peace.